The Supreme Court is set to live stream its certain proceedings from 27th September. And here we are talking about live streaming from the judiciary. Why is it important? What will be the benefits? What are the certain cases in which the court has the responsibility to withhold its assent for streaming? And of course, the issues related. So let us begin with the various topics that we are going to cover under this. These are the many things. We are also going to see the practices around the world with respect to judiciary, live streaming their cases, and certain recommendations which were given by the Attorney General 𝐾𝐾 Venugopal, and of course the benefits, issues related. In the last of the segment, I have a question for you. Moving ahead, first of all, let us know what is live streaming. It is when the streamed video is sent over the internet in real time. That means it will be shown through the internet at the time at which it is happening. At the same time, when anything happens through the internet, then what happens? It's the real time factor. Without first being recorded or stored, that means it will be live, as in there is no chances of editing, storing. So this is live streaming. And the court will undertake this procedure, Supreme Court will undertake this procedure from 27th of September. Moving ahead, let us talk about the history of the case. Now, the first step towards the decision to live stream the proceedings of the Supreme Court was undertaken in 2018, when in the sense that the three-judge bench, which comprised of the then CJI Deepak Mishra, Justice A.M. Khanwilkar, and thus Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, they were listening to a public interest litigation in which it was suggested that live streaming of the Supreme Court cases should be done. Okay, and this was based on the principle of open access to justice, so that those people who could not travel from far-flung area in order to see if justice is being provided to them or not, this could be done through that. And on March 2018, the court sought the views of the Attorney General of India, that is 𝐾𝐾 Venugopal. Now, because we have to know that facts are important, remember that Gujarat High Court was the first ever court to live stream its proceedings. Many other courts followed. And in a first Supreme Court to live stream proceedings today, this is from August 27, 2022. So remember all these things, these small things can do great wonders for your prelims examination. Now moving ahead, we have to understand the case in which the decision to live stream the procedure of or proceedings of hearing of Supreme Court was done was through Swapna Tripathi versus Union of India 2018. Under Article 21, this was seen, it is of utmost importance that under Article 21, which deals with right to life and liberty, it was seen access to justice is also very important for anybody to live a life with dignity. Apart from that, when this particular case was heard and the Supreme Court gave a nod to the live streaming of the proceedings, many courts started doing it, such as Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Patna High Courts. They live stream their proceedings. Allahabad High Court is mulling over the same. Okay. Moving ahead, let us talk about the Attorney General's recommendation. There are certain recommendations which are important. So, recommendation was given by the Attorney General by saying that yes, let's live stream the proceedings through a pilot project in court number 1. Let's start. This is the CJI's court, and it can be done in only constitutional bench cases, because any case which is of extremely important from the perspective of national interest, those can be live streamed, so that decongestion of courts can happen. Not too many people come into the courts to get their proceedings done, but also improving the physical access to courts for litigants. Those litigants who cannot reach the courts from far-flung areas, who do not have the proper means to do that, they can also enjoy the benefits of live streaming. Alright, but there are certain issues where the Attorney General said that the court must withhold its assent whenever the live streaming of such cases will go, such as matrimonial matters, because we have to protect the privacy of the people, matters involving the interest of juveniles or protected and safety of the private life of young offenders. Young offenders, if they will go into the live internet arena, their mental health can also get impacted. Matters of national security which are extremely which need to be extremely private in nature so that no enemy can take the advantage of it. That also has to be seen. To ensure that victims and witnesses and defendants, they can speak out whatever they have to in the court without any fear. And if this is live streamed, then they can have some fear, and then justice will not be provided. To protect confidential or sensitive information related to national security or public order as well, matters where publicity would be anti-ethical and administration of justice will also be impacted. This has to be, of course, taken care of, because sometimes it happens when too much public sentiment arises because of the proceedings of the court. It can have an impact on the judgment itself. And cases which may provoke sentiments, provoke passion or communal violence, those can also be, sidelined when it comes to live streaming. Now, there are certain benefits that will arise out of this particular move. It will help litigants follow the proceedings in their cases if they are not able to attend the cases. They can attend it from, if physical attendance becomes a must, they might choose not to go, or they might choose, they might not be able to go because of the work. So, if a person who has their case, listed for the Supreme Court hearing, they can get an access through live streaming. And they can also assess their lawyer's performance. So they have to be much more vigilant during their performance, and then they can make informed opinion if they have to choose another lawyer. It would keep a check on lawyers' conduct in the court as well, because a huge responsibility will come on the shoulders of the lawyer to check their conduct. Transparency will be ensured, and access to justice will also be ensured. The many new young lawyers can also look through the live streaming of the cases and learn many things. This is also one of the benefits. Moving ahead, let us talk about the issues that are related. Now, first of all, it is susceptible to abuse. If live streaming is done and certain unwarranted elements get a hold of that, it can also lead to abuse, in the sense we are living in a culture of sensationalization. What happens if a person wants to grow their YouTube channel on the basis of the content they get through the live streaming? They can cut, copy, paste and do anything, write sensational headlines and then abuse that. So that is first thing. If certain cases are extremely important for national security, they need not to be live streamed. If any case which has even a little impact will get into trouble if it is live streamed. That is second thing. A violation of the fundamental right to privacy. It might happen, it can hurt the privacy of the lawyers, the judges, and of course the litigants. Commercial aspect of the whole issue, when we talk about broadcasting these live streams, it has to be ensured that no broadcasting company gets a profit out of this, right? Infrastructure, digital infrastructure has not penetrated in every far-flung village of the country. That could defeat the purpose. Then lawyers may not be able to perform well, because so much pressure can get onto their shoulders that they might not be able to perform at their best. They get conscious of whatever they are going to present. So these are the many issues. Now, if we talk about the practices around the world, let us see about United States. Since 1955, it has allowed audio recording and transcript of arguments. Australia, live or delayed broadcasting is allowed here. It could be live or delayed. Brazil, since 2002, live videos and audios broadcast of court proceedings. In Canada, proceedings are broadcast live on cable parliamentary affairs channel. So there is a channel for Canada. South Africa, since 2017, the Supreme Court of South Africa has allowed the media to broadcast court proceedings in criminal matters. This is inspired by the right to freedom of expression. Okay, so we can learn from the best practices around the world. We can see what worked over there and what can work over here, and what did not work over there, and similarly for here as well. In United Kingdom, proceedings are broadcast live with a 1-minute delay on the court's website itself. Alright, now moving ahead, let us talk about the question that you have to answer, and I will take your names in the next segment. Which court became the first ever to live stream its proceedings in India? Allahabad High Court, Gujarat High Court, Delhi High Court or Patna High Court? Let me take the names of those who have answered my last question correctly, and that will of course help you to understand if you are going through the correct path or not. So stay with me. Break. So many of you have answered it correctly. Let's go through the names. Dharmendra, Zambia was the correct answer. Dharmendra has answered it correctly. Gaming. Akash, UPSC study. Sagar, Jyoti, Faizu, Anshika, Malana, Jaydeep, Komal, Arslan, Archana, Sandesh, Zubair, Navneet, Aditya, Javed, also Neha, Pallavi, Mohammed, Kunal, India Patriot, Tushita, AVS Gaming, Sudarshan, Abhilash, Devu, and then Saurav, Kirti, Kovsar, Vishal, Aishu, Madhusudan, Antriksh, also Anuj, Neha, Abhyas, Chaudhary, Vignesh, Abhishek, Pradeep, Anu, Ashad, Param, Poppy, then Vishwanathan, Guruprasad, Sajit, Karishma, Simran, Rupal, Sumya. Then we have Bhavya, also Mahavir, Harish, Simran, Khushbu, Marshall, Satish, also Genius, Fact Star, Manish, Dharmpreet, Abhyanshu, and Sonia, Shabri, Tushar, Raghav, Gayatri, Shankar, Gentleman, Dharmveer, Vignesh, Sophia. So many of you have answered it correctly. I have taken the names of those who have answered it yesterday. Try to answer it as soon as possible. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay updated.